What are the odds, only in Rust, could you spawn in with a bear and a helicopter in the background? I think I can take them. Maybe not. I hear running. I hear running. Oh my god, a bear. A bear. Yeah, welcome to Rust. Wow. Tutorial number 1. Prepare to die. A lot. Hello everyone, and welcome to the world of Rust. Yes, I am playing Rust. Normally Rust wouldn't be a game I would play. I'm not into the first-person shooters. But it's intriguing. I like the building and the anxiety that is created by Rust. So I decided I'll do a little video to basically show you how to get started in the world that is Rust. So you usually spawn in sleeping. You can just push any key, spacebar, and yeah, we're on a beach somewhere. Usually spawn in on a beach. So I'll push tab here. You can see I'm just basically naked. I have a rock and this handy torch. So if you push G, you can get a map. This little yellow icon shows which way we're facing. And you can look around the map just holding the right mouse, pan around. So you can see there's different biomes, some forest, there's desert down in this area. This is snow. You'll need warm clothing and stuff to go in there, or you'll get cold damage. And yeah, there's some fresh water here. That becomes important if you want to drink, but we can also find water bottles and water jugs. Also, you'll notice these blue lines. These are rivers. These are a great place to go to get food when you first start. Pumpkins and corn. I see one river there. Another river down in the cold area. We won't be going down to that one. But this would definitely be an option to maybe try to make our way over here to get some food, easy food. Or we can do some harvesting of trees and rocks. And we can actually make weapons to kill animals, boars and deers and stuff. So yeah, the first thing we need to do here is we got a harbor or something in the background. Also, if you look at the map, you can see these are called monuments. There's minor monuments like gas stations and lighthouses and stuff, and then bigger monuments like the airfield, water treatment plant, and the coveted launch site. Where you set up in the game kind of depends on your style of play. You don't want to be too far from these main monuments, but yet you don't want to build really close because you probably will get raided. Also, you see a bandit camp. You can buy stuff here with scrap. So basically, I don't know. I like to be around the airfield, plus having some smaller monuments for food. Supermarkets are good for food. So I'm probably going to head down, probably over in this area somewhere, just to keep me close, maybe in here. Yeah, so we'll start heading that way. And as we go, this is what we basically need to do. We have our rock equipped. So we'll run up to this tree. And we need to harvest initially wood and stone are very important. We want to build a base. Yeah, just keep going around. Hitting the red X will give you a bonus on your resource collection. When we get to the stone nodes, you'll see there's a little sparkly star. So yeah, we just want to keep running. Coming up to a stone node here. Now there's 3 different types of nodes. There's stone, which are the white color like this. There's metals, which are kind of a brownish rusty color, and sulfur, which is a yellow color. So again, we just sort of hit on that sparkly, and we'll get bonuses to how much of the stone we harvest each hit. So for depending on what type of base you want to build, which is kind of determined on what type of server you're on, we're gonna build a 1x2. So we'll need about 1,500 wood and about 3,500 stone. That's just a rough guess, a little bit over, because we'll have a little bit extra, which we want. So about 1,500 wood is what you harvest, and about 3,500 stone. So we'll just keep heading to our area. And we'll just keep going over here, go around that water, and we'll keep harvesting trees. And there's another stone node. We'll take that out and try to get the resources we need. Now, if you push tab, it'll bring up your inventory, and you can see we've got 750 wood. So we got a ways to go. So we'll just keep smacking around. Oh my god, I heard a gunshot. You want to get this stone node and get out of here. You're getting kind of low on food. Those bars on the bottom right, it's your health, your hydration, and food. So if I look on the map, I'm actually at an abandoned supermarket. We'll try to run in here. I haven't encountered anything since that gunshot. Oh, see these green things, we can get food. There we go. So there's some granola bar and rad pills. So we can go around the supermarket and look for these green cases. Another one here. Oh, water, that's important to hydrate. And some more granola. So if we just push 3, we can eat some of the granola. We're going to left click, drink some of the water, and you can see our stats going up as we hydrate. Okay, and we'll just keep moving to the east. Probably going to be over in this area somewhere. That's where I'm looking, so we'll just keep running that way. And again, collecting trees and resources, stone as we go. You don't want to stick in one area too long. Kind of a key to survival is to keep moving. And kind of a tip about rust is you're going to die. Be prepared to die. You'll die quite often. So we'll keep making our way. And if we stay on the road here, you can see in the distance there's a blue guy. That's an NPC. It's a scientist. Really hard to kill at this stage of the game, so we'll just avoid him and keep making our way to where we want to build our base. Let's going along here in hemp fibers. We actually need this hemp to get cloth. We're going to need a sleeping bag as a respawn point. It takes 30 cloth, so as you run along, if you do see some hemp, grab up a few. Make sure you have at least 30 for when we get to the base, and we can make that sleeping bag and plop down our spawn point. Also, with this rock here, I'll just organize. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. The rock is not efficient, so we can actually go up here and we can craft things. And you can also notice it does have a quick craft. So like a stone hatchet and a stone pickaxe would be great for, oh, I hear a chicken. That's food. And so anyways, we'll just do the quick one. Make a stone hatchet and a pickaxe. We can also go into crafting and pick tools to get different things, building for construction. So we'll get those, the stone hatchet and the pickaxe going as we run, and we'll start farming with those also. Got that stone axe and hatchet done, and we'll just keep farming with that. Again, a lot more efficient. So we're almost to our build spot on the map, and once we get there, we'll take a little more of a detailed look around to find a place that we like to set up a base. If I can hit the tree here. And off we go. Okay, we found a pretty decently flat spot here by the water. Now, where you're going to build really depends on a lot of factors, like your play style, where the monuments are on the map. Normally, I don't build in open flat areas. You can get raided easier that way. I like to kind of hide away somewhere in a nook or cranny. But for the purpose of the video and building the house, we'll build it right here. So I've already built a hammer for upgrading in my blueprints. Now you're going to see with the blueprints, immediately we get a floor coming up. So basically, if you right click and hold the mouse button, you get this menu of different building components. So we're going to just start with the foundation. Now again, back to what map you're playing on, what type of server, high population, what type of base you want to build for your first one. Now normally you just want to get something up, just enough to get you in and keep you safe. So I'm going to start, we'll do a 1x2 with an airlock. So right click, we make sure we're on square foundations, left click to place it. So we got our 1x2 now. And we'll go select this triangle. This is what we're going to build what's called an airlock with. Right, so that's our basic floor plan of a 1x2 with an airlock. And we're going to need some walls. Now when you do the walls, you can see an X right there. And if I push R, the X disappears. Now the walls are stronger on one side. You want to make sure you can see that X from the inside, so the strong part will be facing outward. So we'll just left click, go around and box this 1x2 in. Now up in the front here, I always like to put my airlock on the left hand side. This just makes it easier for me to expand this into a 2x2 later on. So over here I'll put a wall. We'll right click, we're going to select doorway, one there, and that creates our airlock. We're also going to need a roof. There, we'll select. Alright, so we have our basic 1x2 made of twigs. Now the twigs have no hit points at all. Someone can come up with a spear, even the rock, and bang on it and it's going to break, so we need to upgrade it. And while we're doing that, we're also going to start crafting our doors. So we're going to need 2 doors and a lock. Now when you first start out, this is all you're going to be able to do. We can upgrade these later, so I'll build 2 doors, 2 locks, and we're also going to need this tool cupboard. This is what basically claims the land. So we have to place one of these down, and that way we will own this section of land. No one else can build in the area. And we put resources in here for upkeep. We'll just start building that now. Also, when we're done, we want a sleeping bag in here. This is going to act as our spawn point. So if we die, we're going to respawn back in our base. So we'll start building that also. Okay, for upgrading, we'll select the hammer that we've built. We're going to right click. Okay, so upgrade to stone, 300 stone. We're going to go around, we want the whole thing to be stone. And don't forget the floor. If you forget to do the floor, someone again can come in and bang away at your floor with a spear from the outside. It'll break and the whole base will crumble down. Okay, so we got our walls. Okay, make sure we get the ceilings. Alright, so our base is now completely stoned in, and we already have our doors finishing, so we'll actually just get rid of this right away. Okay, so our doors. Now this is another reason I like to put my airlock on the left hand side going out. You actually can make it impossible for people to get in your doors if you die. So I always put this one opening inwards. We'll put a lock on it. Left click, hold E, and we'll lock it, and it's red. So now nobody can come in through that door. But if you see, we'll open the door. Nobody, if I were to die right here, somebody door camping, they actually can't get into my base. Now the one flaw is they do have easy access to shoot in there, but at least they can't get into the base to loot any of your treasures or your tool cabinet. Okay, so we got one more door. I always place this one opening inward. Lock that up. Excellent. There. So now we have an enclosed base. We're safe in here. We just have to wait for the tool cupboard to claim the area, and then the base won't decay. Alright, tool cabinet's done. Now with the smaller bases, again, this would just be a starter base if you were playing on a server and just trying to get established. There is a lot of different ways you can organize your items in here to optimize. A lot of great videos on YouTube. I just tend to do it this way, so I'll put this. You have to kind of play with it to get it in there tight. There we go. Also build another lock. My sleeping bag's done. Got to authorize ourselves on that. I forgot you push E to authorize. We'll place the sleeping bag. I will place it back in here. It doesn't really matter. We can pick this up later. Now this will act as our spawn point. If we die outside the base, we'll spawn back in here. Hold E. You can rename the sleeping bag. I'm just going to call it base. And if you have friends and stuff, you can make sleeping bags. And as you've seen, we can actually give them to people so they can respawn in your base if you're playing doubles. So we got another lock. Again, we're going to upgrade all these, but we want to lock this tool cabinet so somebody can't just claim it once they get in here. They have to actually break the tool cabinet. And we'll lock that down. So that would be your first base established. Very simple base, 1x2. And you can see we got building decaying, so we'll have to throw some mats in there. So with those mats, you can see the upkeep for 24 hours. So this is good for almost 2 days right now. But there would be your first base. Now that we've got the base established, there's a couple other things we need to make to prosper in Rust. So go into crafting. We need a chest or something to store material in. Now initially we don't have any metal frags or anything to make more complicated chests. We're just going to make a wooden storage box for now. We're also going to need a furnace. That's what we'll use to melt down metal ore to get these metal frags we need so bad. In order to build the furnace, we need 50 low-grade fuel. You can get those low-grade fuel from smashing open the red barrels. They'll give you low-grade fuel and this crude oil. That can be refined. There's refineries at some of the monuments. You just throw some wood in. It takes quite a bit of time, but it does give you a good return. I usually don't really do that in the beginning. I'll just try to break some red barrels to get oil. And of course, killing animals, I cooked up some meat, so I got some animal fat, and I have this cloth. So what we can do is we can actually make low-grade fuel just with the animal fat and cloth. We'll just go into the quick craft here, and I'll click that a couple times. So we need 50 to make that furnace. So we'll just make a few more with some of this animal fat. And that box is done. Again, placement, I have my own way of doing it. I'm going to place this little box here. And in here we can store, I got some water bottles, jugs that I found, that little bit of meat I cooked up. And I might as well just stick that in there for now. I also like to keep my hammer and my blueprint in there. Alright, we have 52 fuel, so we'll go ahead and we'll make that furnace. And we'll place the furnace in here. We might be able to get two. It depends on how the angle when I put it in. But sometimes we can get two, but we just need one for now to get metal frags going. Okay, that furnace is done, so yeah, we'll select that. Try to stick it in this corner somewhere, and hopefully we can get the angle right. We can get a second one beside it, and that's pretty good for a starter base. Yeah, we'll get that set in. We'll push E. I already got some metal here. I don't want to put quite that much wood in. I'll just start with 140. Now, there's a little trick to this. You can actually break this up into 3 stacks. I won't split it. Try to get it as even as you can. We'll just throw that in. That wasn't too bad, actually. And there we go. Now we're cooking. Now the base is happening. We're secure. We have our tool cabinet stocked for a couple days with resources. We're cooking metal frags, which will help us build better weapons and upgrade our base. We want to get sheet metal doors on. The wooden doors are good, but you can still break those pretty easily. So we'll get those metal frags cooking and upgrade our base. But yeah, it'd be nice. We'll try to work on another furnace, so we will need to get some more oil and stuff. But yeah, I'll head back out and we'll try to get those things.